Gongzhutun Campaign was a series of battles fought in the regions of Gongzhutun in northeast China between the nationalists and the communists during the Chinese Civil War in the post-World War II era and resulted in communist victory. The campaign was part of the Winter Offensive of 1947 in northeast China. After witnessing the separate enemy offensives at regions including Northern Tikrit, Black Mountain, Greater Tiger Mountain, Tai'an in late December 1947, and learning that the Communist First Column and the Second Column remained at Jiangwu in the second stage of the Winter Offensive of 1947 in northeast China, Chen Sheng believed that the communist force was no longer concentrated together and thus he had an opportunity to launch a counterattack. The 5 nationalist armies deployed at Shenyang, Xinmin and Tailing were ordered to attack westward from Shenyang, hoping to relieve Baku by destroying the Communist First Column, Sixth Column, and the 10th Column. The nationalist push begun on January 1, 1948, in 3 fronts. The newly organized Third Army and the newly organized Sixth Army in the north, the newly organized First Army and the 71st Army in the middle, the newly organized Fifth Army along with the 43rd Division and the 195th Division in the south. Learning the news of the nationalists sending out reinforcement, and the 195th Division of the nationalist, newly organized Fifth Army was moving toward the Princess Village region on January 2, 1948. The Communists planned to concentrate a total of 7 columns to destroy the weakest nationalist southern front. The Communist First Column, Fourth Column, and 10th Column were deployed to the north and northwest of Shenyang to prevent other nationalist fronts from reinforcing the southern front. The Communist Sixth Column engaged the nationalist troops in the southern front and lured the enemy to Princess Village region. The Communist Second Column, Third Column and the 7th Column penetrated deep behind the nationalist line, surrounding the enemy. Not willing to risk losing any territory, Chen Sheng divided his force into half. Half of the force would relieve the besieged southern front, while the remaining half would continue the push to Baku. The communist resistance was much greater than nationalists had expected, resulting in neither half had the enough strength needed to complete their missions. On January 2, 1948, the nationalist newly organized Fifth Army was stopped at the Princess Village by the Communist Sixth Column, and on the same day, Communist Second Column, Third Column and 7th Column had also reached and encircled the nationalist army in at the Princess Village and surrounding regions including Yellow Families Ridge, Xin Families Hotel, and Fu Village, and Xuanxin Hotel. In the afternoon on January 5, 1948, the communist trap was completed and a full-scale assault on the besieged enemy was launched. The Communist Third Column attacked from east and south, the Communist Seventh Column attacked from west and southwest, the Communist Sixth Column and Second Column attacked from north and northwest. After fierce battle, most of nationalist positions outside the Princess Village had lost, and by dawn of January 6, 1948, the survivors only held a 10-square-kilometer region centered at Princess Village. On January 5, 1948, the nationalist forces on the other 2 fronts attempted to reinforce their comrades in arms by their advances were checked by the Communist 10th Column and First Column respectively at Liao River 20 kilometers away. In the morning of January 6, 1948, the relentless assaults on the surviving nationalists at Princess Village resumed under intense artillery shelling. The 7th Division of the Communist Third Column concentrated over 50 artilleries to bombard Anfu Village, and annihilated the nationalist defenders from the 195th Division of the newly organized Fifth Army. Immediately afterward, the Communist Second Column and 7th Column besieged the 585th Regiment of the 195th Division of the nationalist newly organized Fifth Army at Taoist Priest Wang's village. and after numerous futile attempts to counterattack, the Nationalist 585 Regiment was forced to surrender. The 584th Regiment and other units of the 195th Division of the Nationalist newly organized Fifth Army lost the will to continue to wait for the reinforcement, and attempted to break northeastward to the region of Rio and Family's platform. But they were completely annihilated in the knee-deep snow by the Communist Second Column and Sixth Column when they were bogged down. In the morning of January 7, 1948, the 5th Division of the Communist Second Column and the 9th Division of the Communist Third Column jointly launched the assault on the army headquarters of the Nationalist newly reorganized Fifth Army, and the divisional headquarters of the 43rd Division of the Nationalist newly reorganized Fifth Army, and another Nationalist regiment at the region of Frontal when Family's platform. Under the cover of intense artillery bombardment, the battle was over within an hour and the Nationalist survivors were completely annihilated. In the evening of January 7, 1948, the Communist Sixth Column and two divisions of the Communist Second Column jointly launched the assault on the two regiments of the 43rd Division of the Nationalist newly reorganized Fifth Army at the Yellow Family's Ridge, and the Nationalist Southern Front was completely devastated, with the commander of the newly organized Fifth Army and the commanders the 43rd Division and the 195th Division captured alive by the Communists. Learning the news of the defeat of the Southern Front, the Nationalist reinforcements to Faku and the Southern Front both withdrew back to Shenyang and Tailing, after suffering over 4,000 fatalities in their futile attempt to relieve their besieged comrades in arms. During this campaign, the Communists had succeeded in totally annihilating the Nationalist newly organized Fifth Army numbering more than 20,000, capturing the army commander and the Nationalist divisional commanders of both the 195th Division and the 43rd Division. The Communists also captured 261 artillery pieces, 6,880 guns, 137 motor vehicles, and 1,409 horses and mules. Gongzhutun Campaign was a decisive campaign in the winter offensive of 1947 in northeast China in that it helped to determine the outcome of the offensive.